Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another Lone Crown show. And today I have brought back the mighty leader of the Rambo, John Rambo.
Marky,
Woo!
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine. It's the holidays and that sort of stuff, so it
Yes.
doesn't feel bad that I barely do anything currently.
I heard that you'll be taking over for Santa Claus this year. Instead, it'll be Mark Crown slipping down your chimney
Well,
into your homes
I'm
to
actually
do strange things.
I'm actually really skinny, so I could probably pull that off.
I think you have a better shot than Santa Claus does
Yeah.
getting around, and I
Yeah.
think I'd rather see you come down my chimney and say some strange old man with a weird beard. So
Yeah, that's yeah.
I can see you being like a Christmas special, you know, and it's like the claymation of you going around the world helping the children of the world.
Yeah, that
I like
would actually occupy me and have something to do.
We're gonna have to put this together.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to doing something as magical as that.
Right. Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah,
You have to use your magic for good purposes, Mark.
yeah. So, how have you been doing with? I know you've been busy with Bluray and all that
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah, it's going really well. We're kind of towards the end of this now, where I've kind of handed it over to Mr. Rice Spirit,
Okay,
who's doing the box cover,
nice.
and Sturmgeist is working on like some of the menu art and stuff like that. So those guys are kind of doing that side of it.
Yeah.
A Blu-ray disc is 25 gigs, Mark,
Woohoo!
and we are at 24.9 used on this thing. So I'm trying to figure out what I could stick on there. Because I feel like it's missing one little thing. I'm not quite sure what it is right now, but
It's that goat porn, like
something's got to go on there just to fill it out. You know,
like just elephants, like just the whole like this like it just says other stuff and you're like, what the hell is this? And
So-
there's like elephants and more elephants.
don't give me bad ideas, Mark, 'cause I'll use them all. Well, it's a bit challenging just trying to fit everything on there that you want to fit.
Yeah.
And we actually filmed some stuff that's probably not going to make it on there because, well, it didn't really turn out that well in the first place, but
Yeah.
it's also just too much. And I don't know, it's just an interesting balance to find, I think, but
Yeah.
it's going to be very nice.
But 25 gigs, that's pretty good. I've never really dealt with Blu-rays.
Yeah.
I used to print like DVDs and that sort of stuff when I was in school for like clients or other stuff
Right.
like that, and you
Right.
usually just easily fit everything on just a simple one. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
25 gig, that's pretty good. Can fit
It's
a lot of
definitely
stuff.
weird because, I mean, we have mostly always done internet stuff, which is like there's no limits really, right?
Yeah,
Just do whatever you want, let it roll, and it doesn't really matter. But now all of a sudden it was like just even having that restriction,
yeah,
it's just kind of a strange thing for
Yeah.
physical. What's a physical thing? So right, it makes sense. But
yeah.
it's gonna be pretty nice, man. I think it's gonna be very very professional looking, and you know, I'm pretty proud of the thing. So probably we're pretty close now.
Yeah, I'm happy about how like just watching it from like the whole thing through. I think it's really like with the budget you had, it's amazing. Like the amount of stuff you managed to pull off with that sort of budget is like fantastic.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, we did commentary for every episode, and we really kind of talked a lot about that, just like using what you have, and
Yeah,
something goes wrong, and you try to like instead of just you throwing your hands up in the air, just how do you fix it? How do you make it even better than the original idea? And I'm looking forward to finishing this off and getting this made, and hopefully everything works properly, and then moving on to some new things.
so what kind of plans do you have for the future? Is it something you want to share? Like,
Yeah, we can get into a little bit. I mean, I think I kind of use a lot of this stuff just to get better at things and to challenge myself. So I think I really want to get a lot better at just doing film stuff.
yeah,
and like acting and the editing side and all those things. So we want to kind of pull our focus into making little shows, perhaps,
Yeah, yeah.
little live action skits or shows and things like that.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah. You should do like more of the style of the Christmas spectacular. I think
yeah,
people
yeah,
would
yeah.
really enjoy that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've missed doing a lot of film stuff. Uh, I'm more limited than what you are with the stuff I can do because I'm just one person.
Right.
So like coming up with stuff you can like do by yourself that hasn't really been done before is kind of
Yeah.
hard because I Wheezy Waiter is one uh, of those vloggers who has his whole persona of having clones. He do the
Oh,
same
yeah, yeah,
part,
yeah, yeah. Right.
and if I were to do that sort of stuff, it feels like I'm just copying something that's really overused already on like internet and YouTube and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's
So
really tough. I mean, so much has been done.
yeah,
I certainly it'd be awesome to come up with something no one's done before,
yeah,
right? So you kind of like bang your hands to the wall a little bit, and what could that be, right? I don't know. There's got to be something.
yeah, yeah. But I'm thinking of just doing like having like a character that has some sort of persona, and then like just do like a mini story surrounding that like persona, like just doing a normal like vlog type with that persona, but small stuff keeps happening and uh, interfering, and you can go from there. But it's not that easy when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely true, But I think if you even if you just start doing something, like not necessarily like put it out or like release it, or just like start working on something. A lot of times, like one idea will kind of lead you to another idea,
Yeah,
and maybe you'll get somewhere. But I think if you a lot of times if people approach a project like and you look at it from the outside like this giant thing,
yeah,
it's kind of overwhelming. Like it's like, wow, this is too much, and then all that. So if you just kind of start just doing something, even if it's just writing something down, or
mm,
a lot of times that could lead to a bigger idea, a better idea. I don't know.
yeah.
You just
Well,
still like start somewhere.
yeah. One of the ideas I want to like do a video on is a parody on the fact that Ubisoft they use towers in every single game.
Yeah, jumping off towers.
Yeah, yeah, and now they even have towers in their racing game, The Crew. They have
What do you
ta-
do? You
they have
drive off the tower? What do you
no,
do?
no. Apparently, I don't know how they use the towers, but apparently there's towers as well in it. I don't know if you just drive under a tower or whatever it is you like do with the towers, but apparently there's towers as
Why do they
well.
love towers so much? Is Ubisoft? It'd be funny if you go to like Ubisoft's headquarters. It's not. You expect like this big tower, but it's just like this little garage or something.
Yeah.
It's a basement.
Yeah, Ubisoft is just one of the bigger publishers, and they have had a horrible PR year, if we say that. They've been
Yeah, they used to be like really the.
they're kind of the new EA, and
Yeah, but at one point they were like the darling of the gaming world, right?
yeah, and then
They're like, oh, like these upstarts. They're doing amazing artwork here. And
yeah, yeah, but
now
it's funny
the
how
other way.
fast it goes from like I think it's
It's
just
the money,
when
Mark.
just the when they had like the year when they had like Toby Turner and those and I should take when they held the Ubisoft one, like they were so celebrated Ubisoft at that point,
Right? Yeah.
and now like 2 years later, 3 years later, they've like expended all that by like not like doing Assassin's Creed all over like over and over again, and then just constantly just not really finishing game properly, and
Yeah. Once the money starts flowing in, a lot of times the higher ups are just like keep it coming and
yeah,
not necessarily do what's best for the consumer or like best for the the properties, but hey, this sold, so just keep doing it.
Yeah, it's funny how
That's how it
everything
does.
goes. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
like Activision used to be that company before EA took over that spade.
right.
Activision, and no, like so many people don't even remember that probably because it feels like forever. And
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
It's
so
just that mentality of the corporate mentality. Just this is selling. Just keep doing it. Just suck all the every cent we can out of it. Right? There's not a lot of
it's
integrity with
yeah,
like this is art. Like they talk about video games as art, and I think a lot of the people that play the games believe that, but maybe the corporate higher ups don't think that way.
mm.
And they just look at it as a cash cow.
Have you heard about the game Hatred? That's
I've
controversial.
heard some things about this. What it was originally not on Steam, but now it's going to be on Steam or something. I don't
So
really
here
know.
it was like Hatred is several weeks ago they released a trailer for the game, which is only about killing civilians and police. Like
Oh, nice.
you're basically a serial killer, so it's a serial killer like
Serial killer
sim.
sim.
Yeah, exactly. They tried to provoke the like as many reactions as it could with the trailer. And then it went up on the green light a couple of days ago. And then a couple of hours later, uh, someone at Valve pulled down their green light page,
Okay.
and that like everyone like got up in arms. Oh, are you censoring media and that sort of stuff? And
Uh
then
huh.
a couple of hours after that, Gabe Newell reinstated the green light page.
Huh.
So
What do you hear about the game? Is it even like a good game?
it's like a top-down shooter. It looks
Is it
like
even fun at all, or is it
like
just like
nobody knows. Everyone has
oh
just seen a trailer. That's the thing. Nobody really like from except for what we have seen of the trailer.
uh
Nobody kind of knows exactly what it is. Like we know that it's a top-down shooter and he hates the world and wants to kill everyone, and that's basically the game. It doesn't really look like a great game, but
yeah, yeah. It's getting a lot of publicity this way.
yeah, and they got exactly what they wanted the reaction to be,
Right.
and now
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game is going to sell. As-
yeah. You're right. It's got this kind of legend about it, right? Oh, this game. Oh, wow. And
And and it has invoked like a lot of debate. One of my friends, Dan, he was he is against that sort of game existing, and it sparked a whole lot of debate if like
yeah,
serial killer simulator should that exist where you can only kill everyone. Is this why the world portrays games as being oh shit there it spawns violence and that sort of
yeah.
stuff?
Well, maybe, but I don't know. My whole thing is like just. I guess a lot, like Steam and a lot of these companies, they're allowed to not have it on their service, right? It's up to them.
Yeah,
I
but
don't really see why people
the
would
thing
attack
is
them.
that they also have the first Postal game,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
exactly like Postal 2 and 3 is more of a satire, but the
Hmm.
first game wasn't a satire. It was a
Yeah.
completely just killing civilians and just getting rewarded for killing civilians and that
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Well,
So
my opinion on it is like I think they're allowed to, Sony, Microsoft, whoever, Steam, there. I think they're allowed to put whatever they want, or
yeah, yeah.
not, or yes, but um,
But it
yeah,
must be a consistency. Like
yeah, exactly.
that's why they feel like if they wouldn't have Postal on their site, and then people could like there's
Right.
certain games that are on Steam that's kind of like similar, like really vulgar, brutal games.
Just be
That
consistent.
yeah, exactly, and that's why people are really up in arms. Plus,
I agree, but I think a game like that, just let it come out and
yeah,
let the people decide.
yeah. That's
Because yeah, like you said, now you've created something that wasn't there before, and,
yeah,
the fact that they
exactly,
took it down and they put it back up and all that, like that's what they wanted,
yeah.
and now it becomes this. Oh my God, look at this!
Yeah, now
This
everyone wants
game's
to see
taboo.
yeah, now everyone wants to see what the hell is fuss about this game.
Yeah,
Everyone, so now it's going to sell, and
right.
everyone, like all the like reviewers and that sort of stuff, is going to check out the game because they need to see what this game is all about. Even if they bash it, that game will get more sales than it deserves, and
Yeah,
that's
there was like a little bit of an era like way back where a bunch of games came out. They were trying to be these like really controversial games. There was like BM Triple X.
yeah.
You hear that game?
Uh,
It had like
uh,
nudity in it and stuff. And then there was like there was a couple different ones, but they were all crap games,
yeah,
And it's just very apparent that they just put them out like that, get some controversy, and hopefully make some cash. But they're not good games in the first place. So
yeah. These like this company that's making it is like, I think they're from Poland or something like that, and it's like
uh-huh.
their first game and whatever. So really, you don't rarely do expect the first game from a company unless they're like experienced from other places before to be a
Yeah.
good game. So it's like it's probably gonna be some average game.
I think a
Nothing.
lot of these they're all trying to make like the next Grand Theft Auto, right? But I think they look at Grand Theft Auto the wrong way because Grand Theft Auto
Yeah,
is a great game, right?
yeah,
Even the first one, and they're all great. But
yeah,
they just focus on like, oh my god, look at the violence you could do and things like that.
yeah.
But they kind of don't look at the fact that like these are actually good games.
Yeah, when it comes to GTA, like the first GTA 1 and 2, you could say that those are just you like running around.
Destroying.
Like there's really no story really, just you
Yeah, but
fighting cops and
at the time those were cool games.
yeah,
They're unique and stuff. So
yeah, those were fun. You could I
yeah.
remember like you could like there were only one way you could and break into prison or whatever it was,
Uh huh.
and like there were all sorts of things,
Hmm.
and it was so long
Yeah,
ago
there
I
was a lot of
played
little
it.
things to figure out, and
Yeah.
how do you do this and how do you do that. There's a lot of like different rumors and people talking about things, and
Mm.
it
GTA,
it was something.
yeah, GTA 3 is one of my probably most played game of
Oh
all
yeah,
time. Like
absolutely.
I used to play that with my cousin like over and over again. We would just like sometimes we would cheat just because it's like that was fun with the game. You could like get all the guns and that sort of stuff, and you would just like snipe like police, and you would get tanks, and like you would just go crazy, and or like go full wanted level, and then you would try and escape from the police.
Just that level of freedom
Yeah,
in a game at that point, because everything was pretty linear, mostly up until that point, right?
yeah,
So just like I would just like walk down the streets,
yeah,
just and not even necessarily doing anything, but just like the fact that you felt like you could do whatever you wanted to do,
yeah.
right? It was like
And
wow,
it's
a
certain
real.
games that like that just grabs you. That also uh, the Need for Speed games
Hmm.
was Underground and
Oh yeah,
and
those are big.
Most Wanted.
Bringing
Like
me back here, Mark.
yeah, the Most Wanted game is that like the, I love that one because it had like a giant motorway.
Hmm.
So I would just basically like get my cars better, and then I would just uh, ride around this motorway over and over again, and just go full speed, and just try and like get the cops after me, and just have like that was just a blast for me to do personally, and I think those hidden things in games
Mm,
that makes them so great.
right. Yeah, yeah. Just like when you have a game, you always try to test the limits of it and see what you can make it do, right?
Yeah,
And so some of those games really like let you go further than anything before it did. So
yeah.
it's really something.
And that's why I have giant problem playing uh, open world games right now, because
Okay.
because I have like there's so many open world games, and I
Well, yeah. Then
played
it
it so
becomes then it becomes the norm,
yeah,
and then again you have to wait for the next thing to come. That's gonna really
y-
like the GTA 3, right? Like the thing that's
yeah.
gonna destroy what you know and give you something brand new.
But the thing is, like all these open world games has me like wanting to go back to having more linear games.
Right, right.
It's like there
Yep.
should be a balance. Every game shouldn't be like open world. It should be like a good balance of you have some linear games, you have some open world games, so you don't like get stuck on just playing one sort of.
It's all very trendy, you know. It's again, we're going back to our corporate Ubisoft guys, you know,
Yeah.
conversation. It's like just
Yeah,
this is
Ubisoft
what's
is
sold. This is what's selling. Make this. Make it 10 times over. You know?
every Ubisoft game is the same right now. Like that's why Watch Dogs was a failure, because
Yeah.
that was just like Assassin's Creed, but
Right.
like
Then
in the tech world.
how did Ubisoft become Ubisoft by doing something like totally different and cool?
Yeah,
And then they become the old thing because they just stick to that.
yeah.
It's like you
Hopefully
constantly have to
they
keep
will
changing.
uh, do more Rayman games. Unfortunately, like platformers doesn't seem to
Oh man,
be
yeah.
be the thing right now. At least if
Nah.
in when it comes to AAA games.
Yep.
And
Well, in my home, I certainly they're doing very well, but outside the world, they're. I mean, just it's sad because the Rayman Legends.
yeah,
I mean, you can't make a better one than that,
mm,
and it didn't really do well, so it's just really
yeah,
it's really sad. But I still play that from time to time, and
yeah,
it's
and
a really great game.
that game, like it like with them delaying it being on the Wii U from the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they should have just released it like on Wii U and then later on just released on the rest, because I mean I think the delay killed.
I think it definitely hurt them. I don't know if it really would have mattered that much
Well, it
because it's
ended
just
up
the style of game where the
yeah, and
majority of
also it
people
ended
look at
up
it and go,
in
"Oh, it's a cartoon," or it's it's not open world, like like you said. And,
yeah, but like it's also ended up in the gaming season,
yeah,
and
yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think what hurts many games is they want it to be in the like autumn's game like so-called
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
gaming season, which is
Right.
bullshit, because people should put it in the summer when people have time, when people are on vacation, when people can play games. They're
Right,
like,
especially I'll give you this one, like a game like that. Let's say it comes out in the spring, it's not going to sell like huge right off the bat, but if it has this great word of mouth, all these reviews get out
yeah,
there, that's really good.
yeah,
By the time you get to the holiday season, people know like of this game. That's a
yeah,
great game, and maybe it's discounted slightly or something, and then oh yeah, I'll get that.
yeah,
Instead of putting it out in the season where it gets lost in the reviews and in the shuffle of all the other stuff that's coming out. So
yeah.
yeah, I agree. I agree with you there.
I honestly think there's too like, because like with you can't spend all that money on games. Like you have this like gaming season here in the autumn, and like it's a stupid idea, because like you get paid once
Uh
a
huh.
month. You
Yeah,
don't like you can't
you don't
go
get
on.
paid more.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get paid more in these months that would warrant you to be like, oh yeah, I can spend so much money like this gaming
Yep.
season, instead of you just, oh now this game came out now this month and I can buy one game a month for like two games
Right.
a month
Maybe
instead.
that's
Like
like that goes back. Like maybe that's an old concept too. Just the gaming season. Like I mean, because that goes back decades.
yeah,
Right? I remember when I was like a kid, and that the same thing.
yeah,
So maybe that's kind of like an antiquated thing. But it's not only games that come out, but there's like all these all these movies finally come out on DVD, Blu-ray, and plus you got to get gifts for people, and there's other stuff coming out at the same time. It's just
yeah,
they put everything out at once.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's a big problem. I because there's games that maybe I would have gotten if they
Right.
weren't on the gaming season.
Oh, of
And
course. I would always years past. I would always when I actually had money, not this year, but I would always make a list
yeah,
of all the games I wanted, and then you'd have to kind of go down and cross the ones off that you can't really afford, or kind of choose the ones you really do want, and then
yeah,
some of them are just lost forever.
yeah.
So,
And that's kind of the nice thing with Steam, that having it like there's a lot of sales all the time. So the games
right.
that I didn't have time to buy at the time when it was released. I can just like, oh, now it's half the price 6 months later, and then now I can get it because I have money as well and that sort of stuff. So
That's definitely the future of things, right?
yeah,
It's gonna be that digital content thing, and because they could do those sales when you can avoid the store,
yeah,
and they just give it to you directly, like that's how you get those cheap prices. So I don't know. People kind of want it both ways. I want to be able to buy the used games as well, things like that, and I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Do you actually have like a PS4, Xbox One, or any of that stuff?
I have a PS4. I
Okay.
bought one January, I think. No, I bought it when it. I booked it like I didn't get in the first batch,
Uh huh.
but I got it when it like second or third batch when it like in January or something like that because uh, like my idea was I'm gonna buy it eventually, so I can just buy it now when I have the money, like, and then I don't have to really think about it that much. I know that like there's some like of the consoles in the beginning that may be faulty, but I mean you can't really do anything about that. So, but yeah, I bought one directly because I knew there wasn't going to be much games, and
Yeah.
there still aren't really that
Right.
much games on it. But I've
Hmm.
gotten like I got the Dragon Age game, I got the Shadow of Mordor game on PS4, mostly
Okay.
just to have it be like value.
Right. 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 Yeah, it's cool. There's definitely some stuff coming out. I'm probably gonna get one maybe this summer. I don't know,
Mm.
but
I got it for like since Kingdom Hearts 3 is
mhm.
eventually going to come out on console,
Yeah.
and so I was like, yeah, I need to have a console, and
Do
I
you think?
don't I don't know if I would have the money when the like game finally came out. You don't know that, so
Right. Do you think that PS4 was the right choice? Looking back now, a year later, over Xbox One.
uh, I uh, I don't really know. I think none of them is really a good choice.
Yeah,
To be honest,
that's where I am. Yeah.
like Wii U is probably the better options right now. If you
Yeah, I
like
think
want
so. You're
want
right.
to console with games, Wii
Uh
U
huh.
is the way to go because it has Bayonetta 2, it has Mario Kart 8, it has Super Smash
Yeah,
Bros, whatever it's
they're
called.
kind of like in the third place because they don't have the machine or the good stigma about them, right?
Yeah. And then you're gonna get the next Zelda game eventually, and
Yeah, right.
maybe a Star Fox game. Who knows about that? They haven't really.
I'm
But
thinking the way to really go is like just to have a good PC and then have the Wii U.
yeah, yeah,
That seems like the best way to go, right?
yeah, yeah. Right now, like everything is gonna come out for PC, so it's
Yeah, more and more, right?
that's probably the better combination.
And
I
even
I
like the Street Fighter Five, like they announced it for PC off the bat, which I don't think they've ever done for something like that. That kind of
Yeah, and
game, you know. And,
PS4 as well. It's never
uh,
gonna get on Xbox One, so that was interesting. And then like the Xbox people feels a lot screwed about that.
well, you know what? I mean, you have these two different consoles. They should conceivably that they're going to have different games on each of them. You know, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it's a look of the draw of what who gets what,
Yeah, yeah, like
and that's the part that frustrates people. But
yeah, and everyone is like, "Oh, that's not like we have heard the reports that Capcom is in a lot of money problems."
yeah, I guess
So
Sony's like paying them or something or helping
yeah,
them do
yeah,
it.
they're helping them develop the game and
Uh,
that sort of stuff.
right.
And but I've
Well,
heard,
don't buy the console day one, you know, because you don't know what's going to come out.
yeah,
Maybe that'll send the message. If there's like a launch of a console and like no one buys it
yeah, and you have like
until a year later, you know.
yeah, the Tomb Raider game is going to be a timed exclusive on
Uh huh.
Xbox One, for instance.
Oh, okay. So they're actually getting that one first.
Yes, so
It's a war. I mean, this
yeah,
is what it is. Pick your side and pay your money,
yeah.
or just chill out and wait and see what
Yeah,
happens.
or like what in the like or get a PC. That's the like
Or
everything
get a
is
PC.
eventually gonna come on PC one way or another. Like the only game that's I know that's not going to be eventually is like Kingdom Hearts. free,
Uh,
and that's the reason why I own a console because of that game. Like,
wow.
because I like that is the game I like longed for like the longest time. It's
Okay.
and I think that it had too many. People have said, like, from what I heard, rumors is that they waited for technology to advance and graphics to advance before the making Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why they made all of the crazy
Well, that
spin-off
sounds a little
games.
scary. It sounds like George Lucas talking about the prequel movies, but
Yeah.
hopefully, this
Well,
will
it's
turn out a little better.
Square Enix is they they go their own way, and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
unfortunately, a couple of years now they haven't done good with it, or at least the published games have been good. Both Sleeping Dogs and Tomb Raider and Hitman
Huh.
was also decent from what I heard. So like the publishing part of Square Enix has done well,
Development is not what it
but
was.
Final Fantasy games and that sort of stuff hasn't really been that
Yeah,
great.
well, I always buy the Final Fantasy when it comes out. So, do they have a date for the next one?
No,
Okay, I saw the they had a
I
trailer. I
think
saw that.
yeah, I think it's going to be next year though. So
Okay.
so at some point, I probably we're gonna see it spring maybe. I'm guessing because Square Enix really puts their games out during the gaming season.
Right.
So there maybe summer, maybe spring. Uh, so
Okay.
and that's why I think, for instance, Kingdom Hearts won't come out until early 2016 because
It
yeah.
seems like 2016 is gonna be like the really good year. Is that right? Just based
Mm,
on like what could potentially come out that year.
yeah, everyone thought this year was going to be fantastic, and
Nah.
this year
You gotta know your
was
history. You look at any console, like the first year is really never
yeah,
amazing. If you get one really good game,
yeah.
you're
Well,
lucky.
like people like with games like Watch Dogs and
Uh-huh.
like the games that was going to come out now in the hardcore gaming season and that sort
Right.
of stuff. Everyone believed that yeah, it was going to be a good year, but it's been a great year for like the indie games, the like sort
Uh-huh.
of middle games, and
Yeah, yeah.
well, when it comes to triple A's, the big companies just fuck themselves over.
Yeah, yeah. People gotta let the message be heard. Just don't gobble this stuff up day one, maybe. And see, wait a little bit. See, cause there's a lot of these games are coming out glitches and all kinds of problems, like
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed, and
yeah, it's been a like even
'cause they know people are gonna buy it. They know it's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
sold.
even
So
for instance, at the Game Awards, Dragon Age Inquisition got Game of the Year, and
uh-huh.
it's funny when like I'm a huge Dragon Age fan, so
Yeah,
I really like the game, but I also thought with like when you like play the game, there's like simple ways that you could have made it so much better, in my
right,
opinion. Like
right.
there's so many like few design decisions that wouldn't probably have taken a lot of time that would have instantly made it even better. So that's why I'm scratching my head because I feel like a lot of people who have played it probably would think the same thing. So, but like just some of the glitches that game has, and like even as like Game of the Year, and it still has like I see half a body walking behind
That's a
like my
character. Come
conversation.
on,
Yeah, like
it's supposed to be like that.
just see legs walking around, and like I'm like yeah sure, and then you have and then you like have another conversation, and you see like suddenly a guard who's just teleporting away, like
Everybody loves zombies and ghosts, and there you go.
yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
So now that so what are you going to do now for the holidays? Just chill and relax with
Yeah,
the
just take it easy,
family.
man. I got some family around me, so we'll probably get together some way, and it's gonna take it easy. It's been a really long year and crazy year, and lay low a little bit, and we're gonna come back once we got everything kind of in order and we know what we're doing, and it's gonna be. I think next year's gonna be even better. So
Yeah,
looking forward to things. And
yeah. I'm actually gonna celebrate Christmas Eve. We celebrate Christmas Eve is our big day, not Christmas Day.
yeah, some
Uh,
people do that here. It's kind of like depends on the family or tradition and stuff. So
yeah. So
it's kind of
yeah, I'm
interesting.
I'm gonna celebrate with my dad and my sisters and my stepmom this year for the first time
Oh,
ever,
great.
ever
Excellent.
because my I usually celebrate with my mother and her side of the family and my cousins but my cousins are away and like it would just be my grandparents and my mother and
Right.
my uncle. So it was like it was perfect year for me to like celebrate with my sisters and my dad and that side of the family. So
Excellent, Mark. Send my regards. On
yeah,
behalf of the Ramborgian people, we all
yeah,
wish
yeah,
you and family the best.
yeah. My uh, my youngest sister usually listens to my podcast,
Oh, excellent.
so she probably will hear it.
Good, good. Hope she has a great day.
Yeah, I hope so too. Now, yeah, now now you're gonna leave, right? So and I need to buy Christmas presents that hasn't been bought yet. So
Yeah, I got to figure something out too. Yeah,
uh,
maybe later today. I'm actually going to see The Hobbit
oh,
today. Have you seen it?
I watched it this Wednesday,
Okay.
and I
Good
thought
or
I thought it was good. As like the way they ended up splitting, like the first part of the this last movie should have
uh-huh.
been in the second one. For
Ah,
like that would have been more balanced properly because like the hype factor in the beginning, like it doesn't. Uh,
does
it's
this start off in like the middle of like the battle or something or
Yeah, sort of.
okay, so you're kind of just
Like
thrown into it
if
like
you
oh shit.
remember the last one, it ended
Yeah,
off
yeah, yeah.
Smaug going towards
Right.
the lake town, and
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
how it starts.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I thought they should have had that lake town battle in the like second movie because that would have split up the movies better. Also, I thought like they should have only made two movies. It shouldn't be
Mm.
haven't been three parts. I've and yeah, it's probably someone at Warner Brothers or like decided,
Yeah.
yeah, we should make more money, and
Yep.
everyone was like, yeah, money, and like,
We're talking a lot of money too, so I mean,
yeah,
because you think
and
about it, they already have the actors there, they got the everything built, all the sets and all that, so it's a matter of
yeah,
just like, making more filming more stuff.
well, the reason why they took the decision, apparently they had like an hour or 2 hours more of footage after they
Okay.
were just having two movies. So they had
Right.
like almost 2 hours of like scenes that wasn't going to be in the
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
and we're
yeah.
like, what the fuck do we do with the rest of this 2
Another
2 hour?
movie.
Yeah, so they were like, yeah, we just create some more scenes and then make another movie, and uh, yeah,
Yeah, we'll see. I really enjoyed the other one, so I'll have to give you my review of
yeah,
this one. But
yeah. I
I
just
like I
thought,
like I like all the stuff they added too from the book, and I think they did a nice job with it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
at least it's not four movies like Hunger Games. It's going to be.
Yeah, I haven't watched the last one.
Okay, yeah, it's you'll probably only ever watch it once. Well, like I enjoyed watching it, but then once it's over, you kind of realize like there's not much that happened,
Yeah,
and it's just kind of there. But it's
yeah,
it's enjoyable. I recommend to check it out
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
People were like referencing it being like the first, like the two parts of like Harry Potter, the last
Uh
two
huh.
movies. Like you have part one and part two of the like Deathly Hallows, and they're like it's like the first one where nothing here really happens. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. But like, it's just that universe is cool, and it's obviously like really well made
yeah,
film, and like there's some good acting in there and just good stuff. So, it's worth watching once. I would say for
yeah.
sure.
I may just wait until it gets to
Yeah,
DVD.
why not? Why not? Have you seen Ninja Turtles? I know that I didn't see it yet. It just came out on demand for me.
Yeah,
So
I
I was thinking
watched.
about watching it last night, and I was like, maybe not. Well, what, did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it, and it was like like for a person who like watched the cartoon, like
Yeah.
it's like it feels really weird in places, but I mean it's a decent action movie. Like I wouldn't like try and like compare it to anything else. Just let it be its own thing.
Mm.
Like some stuff in it is just I don't know. It's just ridiculous, and Megan
Yeah.
Fox isn't really the best actress either.
Yeah. Since we're talking about movies and stuff, let's. What did you think about the Star Wars teaser?
Uh, I'm. They did a really good job of just doing it as a teaser because, like, like they didn't reveal anything.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much speculation and craziness just over the whole
They
thing.
didn't show the old timers yet, and that's gonna be the real like selling point, I think, when they do show them.
Yeah,
But they didn't show like Luke and all those guys yet. So
yeah, yeah, and also it's going to be cool. Um there's there's going to be Swedish actor playing apparently
really,
cyborg in
a
it.
cyborg?
Yeah. So
Oh,
and he's one of the more like like he's one of those actors that everyone like Max von Sydow is his name,
okay.
and he's one of those that everyone like looks up to because he
Oh,
used to
excellent.
be big. I don't know in like I don't know 60, 70. Like he was bigger like the ones that all the actors that's like huge today looked up
Uh-huh.
to. He was one of
Uh,
those actors, and yeah,
well, that's cool. Gets to be in the Star Wars.
yeah, yeah.
I guess I guess John was telling me like the people were upset about the lightsaber or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that true? People are like
yeah,
really
yeah,
mad
yeah.
about this.
Apparently, yeah, because
Why though?
yeah, because it looks like apparently it's a training lightsaber that you give the Padwans and that sort of stuff, so that you
Uh-huh.
don't accidentally cut yourself. It's more of a training
Huh.
weapon. But the problem people have with it is the fact that it doesn't like the lightsaber part from the side doesn't
Yeah.
just shoot out from the side. It has like it has a mini like what do they call the like
Surrounds it or something.
yeah, yeah, like you have the lightsaber and then you have two mini like shafts or whatever it is
They
that's
could. Do they move?
no, they don't go move. But I mean, if you think about it in a battle, you could
Uh-huh.
just cut those miniature sides off because they're not like.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I'm
Well,
a-
maybe we got to see what it does. I mean, I think people kind of jump to conclusions on things. I don't
yeah,
know if it's something to really get upset about. Like,
yeah, yeah, but
especially after all the crap we saw in the prequels. I mean, like, I mean, the crazy, crazy stuff in those things, and then you're gonna go to like this. You know, I don't know. It just seems.
yeah, being smart guy was debating like I think it was smart guy like if it is smarter if they just have it point a little bit towards upwards. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
instead of having it pointing towards the sides, if you had it point a little bit upwards, it would make more sense because like
Yeah.
everyone's now comparing it to like a light or a sword that you would use in the Middle Ages because you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
like
That's what I thought. Right.
and but the thing is you have the like hilts and shafts and that sort of stuff. You have that for balance
Mm-hmm.
and that lightsaber is like no it has no weight so
Uh-huh.
really you wouldn't need those parts for like balance
Yeah.
purposes so like uh, maybe it's
Well,
just
I think they should just. They should just like it shouldn't even be in the movie. They should just like release these teasers and just add things to troll people.
yeah, yeah,
Just keep adding like stupid things, you know,
but I'm
just
quite
that aren't actually going to be in the movie.
yeah, but I'm quite I still think like they're saying that like people saying it's a training sword and then that is something I more can get behind even though it looks a little bit stupid. I feel like if someone like when they used the training sword and then they never went over to using just a normal lightsaber, they just kept with it because they were maybe good with the
Yeah,
training
yeah.
sword. So
It's
yeah.
weird because like people are kind of against this one. I remember that way in what was it '99 when the double lightsaber was shown. People were like, they thought that was amazingly great.
yeah, Yeah,
But
but
this is too far, I guess. We
no,
can't.
no. I think the way they designed it
Uh huh.
is people's problems. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I
yeah.
think people would have wanted like a new lightsaber, but style, but the way it's designed is where people have issues with it. If they just made some changes or like when it explained, probably people probably gonna accept it
Yeah,
more.
and then we'll be cosplaying with it and everything, and
Yeah,
so we'll see. But it's exciting.
yeah,
See what comes out.
yeah. It's
But
going to
about a
be
year away, right?
yeah, yeah. It
Wow,
was like December,
single
November
fast.
next year. So yeah, that will be great.
And what do you think about the interview and this whole thing? Is it coming out in Sweden, or is it only here? It's not coming out. Do we know?
Well,
People like Seth Rogen in
the,
Sweden.
the the thing about it is isn't going to be released in theaters. Was the like thing, so it's going to be released to DVD apparently, or like online and that sort of stuff in US. But I don't know if it is coming out in what the rest of the world. I think the rest of the world doesn't fucking care about
They don't care about that.
North Korea. And what I've
Is
heard
Seth
is
Rogen? Is he popular in Sweden? Is he known?
yeah, he's known. Yes,
Okay.
both he and James Franco is known.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, but yeah, people.
Do
I
you think
think
like making that movie like here's the thing. We were talking. This is kind of fitting in with this whole program today. We're kind of talking about like making things just for controversy and stuff.
yeah.
Do you think it? Do you think they wanted this controversy, or do you think like it would have been a better idea just to create some kind of dictator character that isn't like a real guy for the movie? And like, because wouldn't that
Uh,
be better? Because then you could actually take a lot more liberties and create other
like
more personality to the
the
guy.
thing is, if you made your own dictator, it would
Yeah.
have been just like every other comedy thing ever. And I
Right.
think
Right.
that's the reason why they decided we're gonna make a parody of a known dictator.
You can
More,
still base it on him though, and you could take a lot more creative liberties of creating the character as well. Like there's more freedom there to give him different quirks or things he's done or something. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's I'm not saying that you should have done that, but it's just another idea. But
I
I'm
think
just wondering, do you think they used him just to get the controversy?
yeah, of course they're using someone that's everyone knows and everyone like he's like Kim Jong Un is a parody in himself. He's like he's a parody dictator in real
Uh huh.
life. Unfortunately, what everyone's is that's why it makes him scary because like he doesn't like we
You
see
don't know
him
what he's
sort
really
of
gonna do.
yeah, exactly. That's why the rest of the world is like afraid of him because he's like a person that no one knows what he actually is going to do,
Right.
and so that's what makes him scary.
He's not really qualified to have the power he has,
Yeah,
and he has all
exactly.
kinds of things. But like,
Yeah, he's not qualified for.
I mean, it's really a crazy thing. I mean, this the hacks and the stories that just come out every day of
Yeah,
like these executives just hate these actors basically. Just all of them, just everyone from DiCaprio and Angelina to whoever. They're just ripping all of them, and it's I don't know. It kind of sheds some light on some things. You really got to be careful what you write, and
yeah. Well,
people. Oh, it's my email. I could just write whatever I want to write, and
yeah. The
that's
problem for most of the like movie industry is that like I don't think they benefit from the fact that the stars makes the movies, and that's what like they have been dealing with the problem like
so
for
they really, yeah.
years.
There's a lot of resentment towards
That's
them.
why
Yeah.
they remake everything. That's why they like don't like feel like doing something different,
Yeah.
and that's what's like all the movies are really the same like, and it has the
Uh-huh.
same actors in it because like if you have Dwayne the Rock Johnson in a movie that that movie is going to sell. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. That movie is going to sell, and
Yeah, well,
that
they're the face of the whole thing. So
yeah,
That's just how it is. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of resentment from these executive people towards the actors. Basically, what you're
Yeah,
getting from these hacks, right?
yeah.
But it's just pretty funny. Like the
Yeah,
a lot of
like the amount of
stuff that comes
money,
out.
yeah, amount of money it costs to have someone like Johnny Depp or someone like that.
Uh,
It's like
I think he's all pissed
they,
off about this, and
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, is in the long run, is it worth it to like have most of the budget spent on one actor called Johnny Depp? Like, was
I
the
don't know.
worth it like spending? Like, I don't remember. He used to have like 30-40 million dollars in
Yeah,
salary
yeah, yeah.
for making a movie. So
Right.
like, that is just
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because I mean, a lot of TV shows do really well when they start off, like with unknown, entirely unknown
yeah,
cast, and a lot of those people eventually become like big names, you know.
yeah.
But I guess movies are different. You know, they need to
That's why I'm
they need to
what.
get you to actually go out of the house to the place to purchase the ticket, and it's a totally different system.
Yeah,
So
I feel like movies nowadays, most of them are disappointing, and that's why
yeah,
I
yeah,
mostly watch TV series. And
yeah. TV's
I would like to want to watch movies, and Marvel I think is one of the few that keeps me interested in going to actually see movies because they actually do kind of interesting I like plots, interesting stories. I think they do
yeah,
way
yeah.
better job than normal movies
Yeah, they're
nowadays.
trying hard, and they get knocked a lot by oh, there's too many superhero things and da da da. But
Well,
it's like these are
well,
actually fun to see, and they're
yeah,
good. So I mean, you can't knock that.
yeah, they're good movies, and
Right, exactly.
that's why like people go and watch those because like it doesn't matter like it's a superhero or not. It's a good movie, and
And you know
like
what? They're kind of set up because you're talking about TV series, how you prefer. They're kind of set up like a
yeah,
TV series where they're
yeah,
all linked together.
yeah,
So it's almost like it's not like you just go and that's the end of it. Like it continues and you're part of the story and
yeah,
right, and you want to see where it goes and everything. So it's almost like a TV show
yeah,
at the movie theater.
yeah. And yeah, that worked fine. And like because last year's Oscars movies, the ones from like this year, I mean the movie, what was it, 12 Years a Slave, that one.
Yep.
Uh, like I like it makes me sad when a movie that's not really well like edited,
Uh
like
huh.
it's not like how the scene is put together
Uh
is
huh.
not like for me was like it didn't really make sense. It didn't really put the story well together,
Okay.
and like the material for the movie is like it's really good. The acting is good, but the way they put the movie together and stuff like that, I just felt it failed. And a movie
Okay.
like that winning the Oscars is more because of like
The
oh
content and
it's a slave movie. It's like it has like and it makes me sad that we like acknowledge that as a best movie that just
okay. Well, yeah, it's definitely an opinion,
that
but
could have a movie that could have been better. You have Wolf of Wall Street that was nominated that
yeah.
I like. I'm sad people will find that movie funny. I think
Uh,
that's pretty sad because it's a horrible movie. It's not
I never saw it, so I can't comment.
no but
There's a
for
lot
me
of snobbery in these award things and the academy and all that stuff, and I'm afraid that gaming is going to kind of become that way where you already start to see it a little bit
yeah
where people look down on certain genres and this is how a game's supposed to be, and
yeah.
I hope it doesn't become that way in like 20 years from now where
Yeah,
it's like
well, the thing is, like, the positive note is the fact that this year and last year's winner was the indie games,
okay,
and
there you go, yep.
so this year was a failure for AAA's again, and
Uh-huh.
I think if it keeps going this way, we will see a collapse. I think with
Right.
the Ubisofts and like EA does do good games. I give them that. I mean, they may have like the worst policies and they like microtransactions everywhere, but at least they give us good games. I can't fault them for that.
Hmm.
And
Right.
so they probably won't like disappear. But Ubisoft they're probably gonna take a this after this year they're gonna take a rough beating, and people are looking at Ubisoft in a whole different light now, And yeah, AAA's like overall, Capcom was probably like even with Street Fighter 5, I don't see how they're gonna
Survive.
survive. And Square
Well,
Enix,
they're hoping that's going to really help them out.
yeah, and Square Enix
Well,
is
maybe
also,
Sony will just assimilate Capcom into their company or something.
yeah,
It's possible.
yeah, that's pretty possible. Like then we don't get the terrible Capcom PR
Well, they're
shit.
doing like the Devil May Cry remake. They're doing like an HD version or something. Like what? Is that, do people want? Yeah, I heard that. Do people really want that? I mean, I don't. It seems like they do a lot of weird things. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever. Well, sir, I gotta get going, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah. It
great
went a
time
good.
as always.
It was a good 55 minutes for. It was like the longest we have done nothing together, at least.
Well, it just kept flowing. I couldn't stop it. You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was a good one.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah, so if anyone wants to, who doesn't know John Rambo and wants to follow him, you follow him at John Rambo Presents at YouTube's, and then Twitter at Super John Rambo, and stayballsy.com for more awesome things.
That's right. We got the Shazman Hole Punch Blu-ray gonna be coming within the next couple weeks. It's gonna be pretty amazing. It's gonna include 2 discs. One is the full soundtrack, 53 tracks, and the other disc is the Blu-ray. It's gonna be over 6 hours of content. You got 90 minutes of outtakes. You got all kinds of live appearances, promos, all that stuff, plus the remade episodes from the ground up.
Yeah,
We're also gonna have some of the original episodes on there as well, commentary on every episode, and some other stuff as well.
yeah.
Loaded.
I now think why I bought the PS4. It was destined to be the Blu-ray player that plays
There you
Schnauzman
go.
Hole Punch Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty. I think like just based on what I've seen so far of this thing, it's gonna really rival like and be better than a lot of these big studio Blu-rays that come out, where there's like not much art on the disc. The menus kind of suck. There's not much as far as extras, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be better than those. So, stay tuned. It's coming soon.
Yes. And
Mark, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, sir, and
yeah.
to you, your family, all of Sweden,
Yes.
and all of the rest of the world as well.
Yes.
But you're a great guy, man. Thanks for being there with us this entire year.
Yes. It's been
And-
I've been like the live shows has unfortunately because of people have different stuff, different things they need to do. People are mostly caught it more on the
On
the
YouTube.
YouTube and not much live anymore. And
It's
so
okay. It's a whole new year. It's coming
it's
up.
funny how many like Europeans like watch the live one.
Yeah, we're mostly Europeans. So I don't know. We should try to really. I don't know. We're moving to Europe, basically. What I'm trying to say.
You're welcome to
They have more respect for us and a better taste in product, perhaps.
Yeah.
And we thank you. We thank all of Europe.
Yes. So yeah, as I said before, next week I'm gonna have Smart Guy on my podcast, and I for more content on this channel. I have no idea. It's probably gonna be Dreamfall chapters, book 2. It's probably gonna come out in like I don't know January. They haven't said anything yet, so that is probably what will be on the channel next, apart from podcast. So yeah, thank you all for watching, listening, and I will see you guys some other time. Bye.
Happy holidays.